Y'all, I'm actually getting emotional because this is the last chapter before chapter 14 and, like, the end of the book, and they're making 14 be some high stakes shit where people are dying and stuff, and this is the last chapter where things are even a little bit okay still. I'm just emotional about it. Okay, chapter 13, the capital. We're finally going to Matara, and my battery's dying. Sorry, I'll fix that. Plug it in. Now playing as Carrie. After a long night of recovery and cleanup, you gather your crew and passengers on the bridge. Matara gleams ahead of you. All the crew and passengers, they can't fucking all fit on the bridge. Thank you for taking a moment to meet with me. I know you've had a rough night, but before we touch down on Matara, I want to address the attack. Let me just say, we got through it as a team. I want to personally thank everyone for working together and looking out for one another.
Captain Alara, we humbly accept the praise for our heroics. The Atlas needed us, and we simply rose to the occasion.
Merope steps forward, holding Rana's hand.
I'd like to personally thank the captain for saving me last night. I might have been killed without your aid. I definitely wouldn't be able to survive as an orphan, so thanks for rescuing my mom.
Sol steps forward and clears his throat. We'll be landing on Matara within the hour. Last night notwithstanding, I hope you found this voyage comfortable. Please enjoy your stay in the capital.
But there's nothing left for us to do. It might as well be a barren wasteland.
What are you talking about? Matara is the most modern and bustling metropolis in the entire galaxy. Check your data screen, Octon. Half the city's main attractions are closed this week.
Wait, is the fashion district open? If I don't get to go shopping, then what's even the point of coming here? It's alright, Warren. We'll leave this glorified shanty town soon enough.
The passengers begin shuffling out of the bridge to return to their quarters. Titania smirks at you.
Happy to see the last of them? I know I am.
Whoops. Okay, I gotta charge my phone for real. Okay, here we go. Well, I think you can either say, like, fully make light of the fact that you had an actual assassination attempt on the ship right after it happened, or I think they're not so bad. They're really growing on me.
Like a fungus, maybe.
Everyone returns to their posts as you prepare for landing. Once you've landed and everyone has begun to disembark, you emerge onto the landing platform to see a sweeping view of the capital. We finally made it. Artemis strides over from a neighboring platform with a welcoming smile.
Captain Alara, I'm glad to see that you survived your first voyage.
Me too. There were some close calls during last night's attack.
Yes, I received a report earlier this morning. I'm sorry you were put in such a dangerous situation. Luxury jobs aren't what they used to be.
That's one way of putting it. This job certainly hasn't been what I expected.
On that note, I'd like to share my assessment of your leadership during this journey. How do you feel you did?
Well, you can either say I stand by my choices or please don't fire me, which, you know, I do stand by my choices, but that's not what I'm choosing. Well, please don't fire me. I did my best, but Dallas isn't exactly easy to command.
I would hope you'd stand by your decisions, even when making difficult choices. That's part of being a captain.
Artemis pulls up a data screen and begins flicking through the pages.
I looked over your status report shortly before you landed. Let's start with my ship. I'm extremely pleased to see that the Atlas is as pristine as when you departed.
Its appearance is part of the luxury atmosphere.
It certainly is. Excellent work. Let's move on to passenger feedback. It sounds like you were as attentive and considerate a host as I could hope for. Certain passengers even went out of their way to write glowing reviews about you. I hope they weren't too demanding.
Oh, they were. But it's my job to meet those demands, and I take that very seriously.
Actually, there was one passenger who passed along her praise. Merope said you acted quickly during the attack and saved the lives of her and the other passengers.
I'm just glad no one was seriously injured.
Yes, that is fortunate, but I commend you for putting our guests first. This brings us to what the crew said about your work as captain. I must say, I'm deeply impressed. They trust, respect, and admire you. Fitting in with the culture of the ship can be a challenge in its own right, but I think you've even managed to bring everyone closer.
I'm so happy to hear that. I've grown to really care about them.
I want to applaud you for passing the surprise inspection as well. Those can be extremely difficult.
I'm always ready for anything. Artemis nods, glancing up at the gleaming hull of the Atlas with a reverent look in her eyes. Artemis, I appreciate hearing all this feedback, and I hope that I can continue to improve as a captain. That is, if you're willing to hire me again.
Overall, you handled yourself with bravery, efficiency, and selflessness. Congratulations. You make an exceptional captain. Artemis Enterprises is lucky to have someone like you.
You have no idea how happy that makes me. Artemis pockets her data screen.
The Atlas will soon be ready for its next voyage.
So, will you be keeping me on?
Yes, Captain Elara, your place is still on the Atlas.
Thank you, Artemis. Which route is next?
We can discuss that later. For now, I think you and your crew deserve a break. You've had quite the eventful journey.
She produces a stack of tickets from her pocket and hands them to you.
There's a special exhibit at the Matara Intergalactic Gallery of Art. It's closed to the public until tomorrow, but I got you all in exclusively. Go enjoy yourselves. We'll set off again in 2 days.
You say your goodbyes to Artemis, then head for the walkway where your crew is gathered. V buzzes closer to you. An exclusive event in one of the most stylish cities in the galaxy? This calls for... I know, a new custom designed outfit. At this point, Carrie is all of us. Damn it. I love it. I'm not gonna buy it. Whatever it is something that I won't buy. That's just fucking Eos's outfit, but like barely recolored. I want to do whatever the opposite of buying that is. Like, I want to destroy it. Okay. Appreciate the gesture, V, but this is supposed to be my day off. I'd rather keep it casual. After presenting your tickets, you and your crew enter the gallery. The glowing installations emit gentle pulses in the dark space. And they look like the things from The Sims, kind of. It's taunting. In accordance with the peace talks, the exhibit represents the unification of the galaxy's many inhabitants. All the colors together in harmony.
Clearly, because I interpret it as a metaphor for assimilation. By combining into one, we become uniform, losing the qualities that make us unique.
I think it's the opposite. No matter how much we try to come together, there are always subtle divisions. You can never really escape the origin.
Looks like a bunch of pretty glass to me.
As Titania rolls her eyes at Kepler, Sol turns to you. What is your interpretation, Captain Robert? I'm like, I don't know why this is the choice that I deliberate so much over, like, all these non-plot affecting ones where it's just about, like, the character's personality are the ones where I'm like, I think it represents choice. On one side, there are all these colored shapes separated, but on the other, the colors blend together in a big glass cluster. Maybe the artist is asking us to examine our decisions and consider a compromise.
Actually makes a lot of sense. You could have been an art critic, Cap.
You stare up at the massive crystalline droplets suspended from the ceiling, then over to the large installations on the other side. I'm glad we're here, but it's bittersweet that
not all of the crew could attend. Argo would have greatly appreciated the pieces from such a vast variety of cultures this exhibit offers. Corvus informed me that Pax and Holmes are helping him tend to Argo. Hopefully he's back on his feet soon.
I asked Ania why she wouldn't come, but she said she had to deal with some personal issues. Not that she hangs out with us much anyway.
You let out a deep sigh and look around at your crew.
The attack on the ship could have easily ended differently, but it made me realize how important you are to me. When I first took this job, I never expected to care so deeply about all of you.
Because this is fully the fucking moment that they all realize that they're all dating each other. Exactly. Literally, canonically, it is the moment that they all realize that they're all dating each other. It's, oh my god, I was hella right. That's so what this is. I kind of support it. Anyway.
Feeling is mutual, Captain Laura.
You and your crew share a moment of comfortable silence together before Sol clears his throat.
Perhaps we should explore the other exhibits in the gallery?
Kepler snaps her fingers excitedly.
Oh, I was reading about this interactive installation that gives you a bunch of different sensations. Sounds wild. I think I saw a blurb about that. The artist intended it to be a space where viewers can do basically whatever they want.
Sounds fun. And we do have this entire museum to ourselves.
It's a pretty small space, though. I think we might have to split into groups to check it out.
Like with literally Sol and Meridian, who are so giant that it's like only one or the other of those two could fit in here physically. V hovers close to your ear and whispers, because she's a motherfucking pervert once again, trying to get into my sex life. As you can see, Sol and Titania is the one that I paid for before, but now I'm like, should I? I don't think they let you do both, so you have to choose between, I don't know, I think the reason that I chose, Sol and Titania before is because I think I've never taken any of Titania's romance options. She's offered a lot of times, and I think, I think Carrie is not uninterested, and since that's the one I already paid for before, let's do it.
Fine, we'll wait our turn. Come on, Meridian, let's see what's on the second floor. I'll join you. I need to, find a charging station.
V winks at you before zooming after Kepler and Meridian. What the hell is V? So she's just like a weird friend? What are you, V? Ooh, pretty background. And that music. The three of you enter the installation. Colored lights gently pulsate, shimmering on the reflective wall. A path of circular platforms stretches before you. Wow, this is beautiful. I could spend a whole day looking at this. The visual aspect is just a portion of the experience. If you step on those platforms, you will engage our other senses as well.
I heard that it's something to do with each color. The artist wanted everything to be felt, touched, smelled, even tasted.
You cautiously move forward, considering which color to explore. I don't know. I like green. Stand on green. You step onto a green platform and an electric energy surges through your body. You can hear a low pulsing beat and you smell a sharp metallic scent. A citrusy taste fills your mouth. This is incredible. I didn't know color could do this. Wonder how the artist managed to create such a synesthetic experience. Perhaps they incorporated a new technology. Titania's aura flares around her.
No, it seems more spiritual to me, as if someone poured their essence into this piece.
I'm starting to think we were meant to use our abilities here. I suppose the abilities of each species is a kind of sixth sense, but it seems taboo.
Relax. So this is supposed to be interactive. So, who wants to go first?
Do it, Carrie. You take a deep breath and close your eyes, letting the buzz of electricity rise up within you. When you open your eyes, a wave of sparks shoots through the room, leaving a faint glow in the air. I'm like, especially based on this dialogue right here, and the and the way that it was physically described, I'm like, was that high key a little bit of a cyber orgasm? Anyway, okay.
I didn't know you were so powerful, Captain.
Now, who's next? Someone else? Titania's next. Titania strides onto one of the platforms and a strange stillness fills the room. You suddenly feel a slight vibration.
Wow.
Titania's aura grows, unfurling itself through the room. A tendril slips past you, brushing your cheek.
Titania, this whole room feels like... Oh, you... I've never been able to spread my aura so far before. These platforms must amplify it.
Soul's turn. Soul steps onto one of the platforms and closes his eyes. The room suddenly grows darker. Through the dimness, Soul's skin begins to glow, changing colors just like the room's pulsing lights. The crystals on his hair and face glimmer, the reflections multiplying across the mirrored walls.
That's beautiful.
Soul, are you doing that?
Incredible.
It almost feels like I've become part of the installation. The three of you stand quietly together for a moment, glancing at one another. Finally, Titania breaks the silence.
It's a rather intimate experience.
Yep.
We are the only ones on this entire floor. Perhaps we should take advantage of that.
They both look at you expectantly. Everyone on the crew is dating. I also like to imagine that Carrie is joining just like a big, weird, complicated polycule. Like there's already all types of relationships going on in the Atlas that he didn't even know about before he got here. Oh god, no, don't make it about work. I was just about to start talking about that and then I like restrained myself and now the book is doing it instead and I'm like, everyone has already complained about this so I don't need to do it anymore. But yeah, that's a bad thing to insert in there in the middle of your diamond scene. And this is the time when it's appropriate for them to be hanging out outside of work as friends who have bonded, and this is totally not a work thing, and like right as they're about to have sex, they have your character be like, and remember, I'm your coworker. Bad call on that one. But let's look at Soul's beautiful self. Honestly, this is a pretty good scene, so I'm just gonna like not talk anymore and let you guys read it. Playing as Eos. The sound of your footsteps echo as you guide Zakai down a breathtakingly grand hallway. This is it, Marshal Headquarters. Zakai gazes around in wonder.
I never thought I'd get to see it. It's so much bigger than it looked in holograms.
His eyes take in the figures etched into the pillars.
These must be the carvings of the first marshals. They're awe-inspiring. When their successes built this place, they wanted a way to remember our founders.
It's overwhelming. I feel honored to be a part of all of this.
You nod, admiring the golden architecture.
I know what you mean. There's nothing like the rush you get looking up at these walls.
His eyes wander as he moves through the hall until he reaches the large bas-relief at the end.
All the martial training books have a picture of this sculpture inside. Can I touch it?
Of course. You're cute when you're excited. I love the way your eyes twinkle.
A purple hue pulses around Zakai's cheeks.
I can't help it. Being here with you.
Another here, comma, with you! Oh, this is like up to... Is this 4 or 5 of those? In the past, like, 3 chapters. Sorry, I'm really noticing it now. You take his hand and press it against the cool metal of the bas-relief. His hand is warm under yours.
It seems more real now.
Much. You make everything feel more solid.
Oh, that's what she's... That what a way to describe getting a boner. Oh my god, I literally took a screenshot and you can see that it happened. You can see me taking a fucking screenshot. Anyway,
there's one thing that every rookie has to do when they come here, though.
That sounds ominous.
You chuckle and shake your head.
No need to be nervous. It's fine, trust me.
Easy for you to say, you're never anxious about anything.
I am if it involves my family. Anyway, this is about bonding. Sometimes marshals get so caught up in the seriousness of our job that we need a way to unwind, so we pull a lot of pranks and stunts.
Does that mean there's a certain stunt every rookie has to do?
Exactly. You need to streak down the hall. Get ready to strip.
What? No way am I getting completely naked.
You can keep your underwear on if you like.
Okay, but you have to guard my clothes.
They'll be perfectly safe.
He quickly slips out of his jacket, followed by his shirt and pants.
I'm not sure what to do now.
Whoops, charge your phone. I've got an idea. Follow my lead.
You wink at Sakai, then throw off your clothes and start dancing down the hall. Laughing, he joins in, copying your moves as you glide across the floor.
I didn't expect you to join me.
I couldn't miss out on all the fun.
Only you could get me to do this, Eos.
A playful laugh echoes across the hall as a figure rounds the corner. Oh, and I have to decide what his voice is, guys. Not bad for a rookie.
Oberon. Your former partner?
You nod, speechless. Sakai grabs the piles of clothes and the two of you quickly slip them back on.
Don't tell me you've forgotten me already, Eos.
Ooh, full view. Give us a full view. I've been waiting so long, guys, for their reunion. Waiting so very long. Okay, of course I'm gonna choose whatever the flirt option is, because of course I'm doing that to the death.
Oberon, you look good out of uniform. It's been a long time since I've seen you in your treater clothes. No need for a uniform when I'm not out in the field. Besides, not everyone wears it like you do. We all have our strengths. I just happen to include fitting into tight spaces.
Oberon throws back his head and laughs. I'm like, clearly there's a story there.
Glad to see you haven't changed a bit.
You still make me want to impress you. He turns to Zakai with a wide, friendly grin.
You must be the new partner. Sick of putting up with Eos yet?
Zakai seems to prickle at the phrasing of Oberon's question. Name's Zakai. I grew up with Eos. I'd never be sick of him.
Oh, you're Zakai. Eos has told me so many stories about you.
A soft chime emits from the data reader on Oberon's wrist. He glances down.
Is that the head of security's proximity sensor?
Yeah.
You're looking at him.
And according to this alert, Admiral Deimos is headed this way. Oberon shoots you a mischievous grin and taps a panel on his display's reader. Let's test out one of the new bonus features I installed. You hear a whoosh overhead. Suddenly, water starts pouring from the ceiling.
Is this some sort of emergency sprinkler system?
You open your palm and watch as the water passes right through you.
It's a hologram.
As you step through the glistening rain projection, Admiral Deimos strides into the hall.
Is that rain inside?
It's a pipe leak. Oberon just informed us that it came from your quarters, Admiral.
How can that be? I haven't been up there yet.
Really, if I had a shower equipped with aromatherapy massage robots, I'd be in there all the time.
The look of surprise fades from Deimos' face. She raises her eyebrow.
For the last time, Oberon, you may not use my private bathroom.
Just let's try. Thanks for having my back, Eos. Anytime. Always up for a little harmless chaos.
As Oberon shuts off the rain, Deimos addresses Zakai.
Marshal Sentry, I need you to come with me. There's some paperwork you need to fill out before you can access more of the headquarters.
Of course, Admiral Deimos. I'll catch up with you later, Eos.
You offer Zakai a cyber salute before he disappears with the Admiral. The feeling of Oberon's eyes on you pulls your gaze back to him.
I guess it's just the two of us. Just like old times.
He shifts his weight from one foot to the other, favoring one side slightly as he stares at you expectantly.
So, do you have a new partner? Have you had anyone assigned to you since?
Oberon shakes his head.
Nope. No one since you. It's impossible to replace someone as perfect as Eos lmao.
You let out a deep chuckle.
Tease all you want, but you know it's true. Even if it was, I'd never admit it. You're much too full of yourself already. You've been out in the field lately.
He shrugs, trying to hide how one of his shoulders doesn't move quite right anymore.
Not really, but it's probably for the best. This place would fall apart without me.
His mouth twitches in the attempt to smile at his own joke.
Oberon, sorry I didn't come visit sooner.
I told you already. There's nothing to forgive.
You actually showed up at the perfect time. I was just on my way up to the chamber room. Whoa, you must be really important to have access to that level. I remember I was trying to sneak up there a few times and failing miserably.
Well, now it's part of my job to oversee the security of the restricted evidence stored up there.
The biggest prankster I've ever met is in charge of the most dangerous collection of confiscated weapons in the galaxy. We're all doomed. Actually, I could use some help trying out the new feature I added to the teleportation lift in the chamber. It's my own special design. In mood for a little fun? Of course, I've been waiting for Oberon scenes. Oh, I can't pass up the chance to see a restricted area with you. Stirring up trouble together is what we do best.
After following Oberon up several floors, you arrive in the majestic chamber room of the Marshal headquarters.
Wow. Oh, I wish I'd seen this place sooner.
No one can unless they have clearance or an office on this level. Luckily, you have me.
This is incredible. You have access to the forbidden. Everything's within your reach. Even more than usual.
He knocks his shoulder gently against yours. the rules are a lot different for us now that we're not partners anymore. Oberon eases himself into one of the large chairs. We can't let just anyone up here. This is where we have the second largest collection of confiscated weapons and artifacts in the galaxy. The only place with a bigger archive is the Library of Souls on Epoch, but ours has the advantage of being a secret. Let me guess, you're one of the only ones with access. You're gonna have to convince me if you want a private viewing. Oh yeah? What type of private viewing are you looking for? Is literally pretty much the option that, I think that's the one I chose, so, yep. You use any excuse to take off your clothes. Never hurts to offer. I'll take you up on that. Another time. Seems like a fair trade. Oberon punches in a code on the arm of one of the chairs, and a series of small platforms rise up from the floor. Here are a few of our rarer ones. Take a good look, you won't get another chance to see these. Getting closer, you see that each platform has a different item encased in glass on top of it. Some of these are legendary. More myth than anything else. A tall vial full of glowing neon particles catches your eye. The particles swirl inside the glass as they flicker between colors. Is that what I think it is? He nods and moves to stand beside you. Astrodust. Isn't it dangerous to have this much in one place? The container is designed for radioactive materials. The marshals confiscated it years ago. It's been under guard ever since. You scared of a little dust, yes? Actually, not if you're here to protect me. After all, you're in charge of making sure nothing in here jumps out and tries to bite me. I can't promise I don't bite. I'll take that risk. The neon glow of the astrodust dances over Oberon's skin, illuminating the feathers in his long hair. Everyone in the galaxy is made up of a small percentage of astrodust anyway, so this amount of exposure wouldn't be fatal. Sounds like you know a lot about it. It's actually part of my assignment right now. We've been monitoring astrodust levels in the city. There's been a significant increase leading up to the peace talks. Do you know what's causing it? Our first guess was smuggled weapons, but our scans have found the levels highest around certain individuals' bodies. If that's true, and this continues, it could affect the evolution of all our species. Again. Again. I know. Let's hope the astrodust levels are only temporary. It could just be the side effect of so many beings in one place. Matara is the most populated planet in the galaxy, and the peace talks have nearly doubled that number. The platforms begin sliding back into the floor as Oberon types in the commands. As he turns away, he trips on the closing corners of one of the platforms, careening toward you. Blast! Gotta pull him safely into your arms. You tug him to you, steadying him in your arms. His body trembles against yours, his hands on your chest. Yes, I just lost my balance. I couldn't stop it. Oberon, I'm right here. Let me in. He lets out a jagged breath. My body. It's broken. I'm broken. You're not. You just need more time to heal. The medics told me this is it. I'll never have more control over my muscles than I do now. A tear falls down your cheek and your throat constricts. This is my fault. I should have stopped the giraffe from taking you hostage. I didn't fight hard enough. That's not true. You spent a month in a med bay. They almost killed you. You shake your head, furious with yourself. Then I should have found you sooner! You were my partner! Oberon, it was my job to look out for you. I failed you. Every day they'd send me a holo recording of them torturing you, and I think that should be me.
You're wrong, Eos. You saved me. If you hadn't rescued me, I would still be a prisoner of war. Or worse.
His cheeks glisten with tears as he gazes up at you.
Since I got back, I've been alone. Do you think anyone could ever want me again? Like this? Oberon. I still want you. You're beautiful, Oberon. But my scars, they don't change a thing.
A slow smile spreads across his face.
I'm not convinced you don't have ulterior motives, Eos Ilara. I'm not hiding anything. My intentions are always clear.
Oberon wipes away his tears and shakes his head.
Enough of that. It's time I showed you the modifications I made to the teleportation lift. As long as this isn't an elaborate ruse to send me down to the sewage level.
Chuckling, Oberon leads you to the giant teleportation rings hovering on the far side of the chamber. You watch as glistening round orbs bob up and down inside the lift, pooling out around its edges.
Lumispheres? Why did you add those? Program them so every time the lift is used, the lumispheres drift out, then more are created, and the cycle continues. Genius. This is going to drive the Admiral crazy.
I'm counting on it. Come on, let's try it out. Together you step inside the lift, your feet only inches from each other's on the glowing blue base. Where should we go?
Let's go to the museum. Carrying the crew there now.
Got it. He presses a button and a bright white light surrounds you, then dissolves into the glow of the eccentric art pieces of the museum. Phase 1 complete, we made it here in one piece.
Initiate Phase 2. Release the Lumispheres.
Laughing, you and Oberon push as many Lumispheres out of the lift as you can.
Mission complete. Now let's get out of here before anyone sees us.
The light surrounds you once more, and you find yourself back inside the Marshall chamber room.
No one will be able to figure out where those came from. It'll be our little secret.
The sunlight streaming through the windows lands on the remaining Lumispheres, casting a rainbow reflection over Oberon's face as he smiles at you. Come on. There you go. You tilt your face toward him, angling your lips so they fit perfectly over his. The soft fur of his cape caresses your skin as he presses his chest against yours. He reaches up and grips the base of your neck as you brush his velvety hair with your fingers, feeling the feathers and jewelry woven throughout the strands. He bites at your lip lightly, his tongue slipping into your mouth and running along the curve of your teeth. Using his treat of strength, he yanks your hips against his, pulling you to him by your belt buckle.
I've missed you.
Eos, you're not supposed to say "so have I." You're supposed to say "I missed you too," you fucking weirdo. So have I? What the hell is that? You've missed yourself? Anyway, look, I feel like the writing is so much better in this latter half. Or maybe I just love these two boys together a lot. A couple hours later, the Senate building towers above the colorfully lit streets of Matara as you stroll toward it with Lyra.
Never thought I'd be escorting an empress down the streets of the capital.
Normally, I arrive in a much more elegant means of transport.
You shoot Lyra a crooked grin. If you want, you can ride in on my back, Your Majesty.
That won't be necessary, Marshal Lara.
As you reach the steps, she turns and places her hand gently on top of yours.
Thank you for making sure I arrived here without incident.
Her long eyelashes flutter as she gazes up at you.
I haven't really built up anything with her, so he's just gonna be like, you're welcome. I'm here anytime you need me.
That means the stars to me.
She looks up at the tall Senate building, then back at you.
Until we meet again, Marshal Lara.
Good luck with everything, Your Highness.
As she continues up the steps, you watch as one of her blossoms floats away on the breeze. Now playing as Carrie. As you head back from the museum, you hear footsteps on the walkway behind you.
Carrie, wait up!
Yeah, it's Zakai. He finally gets to see Zakai again. You stop, letting the rest of your crew pass you as you wait for Zakai to reach you.
Hey, I feel like we haven't had a moment alone together in forever. Like almost 12 chapters or fucking something like that.
I know, we've got to change that. There's so much I want to tell you.
There sure is. Let's start with the most obvious. How are the Marshal headquarters?
Incredible. Carrie, the moment I stepped inside, I felt like I was 5 years old again, in utter awe. It's one of the most magical experiences of my life.
I'm so happy for you, Zakai. You worked hard for this.
So did you. It seems we were destined to end up here on the capital planet together.
You reach down and slip your fingers between his.
We always seem to find our way back to each other.
The glow of his cyber lines brightens and blends with your own as he gently closes his hands around yours.
There's nowhere else I want to be than by your side.
Other than fucking at your brother's side. Like, at this point, it's totally on Zakai that he has not told Carrie at all about the fact that he has taken things further with Eos. Anyway.
I'll feel the same way.
With your hands still intertwined, you stroll down the walkway, gazing out at the sprawling city surrounding you on all sides.
I do love the cute moment that they get to just, like, let them walk through Mataro holding hands together for a little bit.
It really is beautiful here.
You follow the skyline until you see a tall, regal building towering over the others.
I can even see the Senate! Maybe if we squint, we can pick out Eos and Lyra from here.
Light from the nearby suns reflects off the golden surfaces of the building, surrounding it in a halo-like arch. Slowly, a distant rumbling fills the air, growing louder and louder.
What's that noise?
I think it's coming from the Senate building.
The rumbling builds, increasing in intensity until all other noises are drowned out by a single sound.
Guys, thus concludes the fucking last possible chapter of a time when maybe some of these fuckers are gonna still be alive. They're probably gonna kill some of them off. I mean, my diamond wallet is ready in case any of those are like choices that I can prevent, but guys, the time is nigh. Fuck.